You know, I think everybody can feel something in their heart, like something's not right and something very, very big is coming here soon. You are all fixing to watch Revelation 17 and 18 play out right before you. This solar eclipse on April 8th is a warning from God that judgment is coming to this country. I'm not saying anything's going to happen on that specific day. I'm not saying destruction's coming that same day. God is a patient God. This country has completely turned their backs on God. 99% of these churches are lukewarm. They preach everything but the truth. They tell you exactly what it is that you want to hear. It says that in the last days, families will hate one another and betray one another. Kids will become disobedient to their parents. For the love of many will grow wax cold. And it also says there will be signs in the sun, the moon, and in the stars. And if you've been looking up here recently, you'll see a lot of crazy things going on. This is God's way of warning us. You have men out here laying down with other men. You have women laying with other women. You have men dressing in women's clothing and women dressing in men's clothing. You have that same agenda being shoved down your throat and your kid's throat, from commercials to TV shows to movies. They shove it so much that you start becoming numb to it. That's exactly what they want. And for those people saying, well, Jesus wants you to love everyone. Yeah, that's the truth. You should love the sinner and not the sin. But Paul also told the churches to judge the other churches and the Christians to judge the people that call themselves Christians. Just try walking into a Muslim church and trying to shove Jesus down their throat and see how that plays out. Or any other religion. I bet you didn't know this, but America is the #1 provider at distributing pornography all throughout the world. Revelation 17 and 18 talk about the great whore that sits on many waters. We could talk about how over half this country is on some type of medication. I've got a very close family member that teaches 3rd grade. She has 21 kids in her class, and out of those 21, 18 of them are on antidepressants and ADHD medicine. Please explain to me what's so depressing about being a freaking 3rd grader. All you parents allowing them to stay on cell phones and see things that they shouldn't, and to take these pills that you're shoving down your kids' throats, you will be held accountable in the eyes of God. I believe that's the #1 problem with the world today. You have kids raising kids with no discipline over their kids' lives whatsoever. You know, when I was reading about Babylon and how it fell, I found 2 very interesting things. The Bible says that before Babylon fell, the kings and the government and the people of power were worshiping an owl god called Moloch. That's the same owl god that your presidents and people of power are worshiping till this very day in the Bohemian Grove. It also says right before Babylon fell that the citizens were telling the government and people of power that their cities were fixing to be taken over. There were soldiers standing on the outsides of their cities. But you know what the government did? Yeah, they just turned their head. Kind of the same thing they're doing here in the United States. All these illegal immigrants are United Nations troops people. They're being strategically placed all over the United States. I have a family member that's very high up at Homeland Security in FEMA. Right before he retired, he was telling me these things. I've seen videos of them taking white UN vehicles and painting them the exact same color as the United States military's vehicles. I've seen videos of these guys that speak absolutely no English getting put into United States military uniforms. Also, for those of you people saying that our military wouldn't turn on us, they absolutely would. It wasn't long ago they got some orders to get something put in their arm. What was that? And if they didn't get it, what happened? They got kicked out, right? Isn't it crazy how America is literally the only country you can hop their border and come over here and get $5,000, $10,000, up to $15,000 per family for doing absolutely nothing? Crazy how all the American people are struggling, but these illegal immigrants can come over here and get grants for their homes, grants for their vehicles, help with their insurance. The list goes on and on. Not to mention they're tax exempt for the first 7 to 10 years. And after their 7 to 10 years is up, they can pass their business down to their son or daughter, and they're tax exempt for another 7 to 10 years. But I'm over here paying over 6 figures for mine. Isn't it crazy how I'm gonna have to pay over $100,000 just to send my daughter to school, but these illegal kids can go for absolutely scotch-free? Also, when I buy a firearm, they do a very extensive background check, and they also ask for my license. But now these illegals can buy firearms with no IDs or no backgrounds whatsoever. I honestly have no idea how much more clear it has to be that your country is being intentionally destroyed by the day. Right now, all these police departments, military members, FBI agents, everybody should be coming together and overriding what our government says. Because every single true American in this country can see our country being destroyed by the day. But they won't. You'll just comply like you always have. You are all fixing to see exactly what it looks like when you turn your backs on God. I will bet my life on it that destruction is coming to this country, and I have no doubts. America will go down in history as the biggest cowards of all time that never stood for anything. Save this video and share it as much as you can because TikTok is going to try to take it down.